So as of late, I've noticed that many people believe Fiat Chrysler's SRT trim began a few years back after the introduction of the SRT Hellcat. While the SRT trim was made a standalone brand for a few years after Fiat purchased Chrysler Mopar, the SRT trim can be said to have been born after the original Viper came out in the late 90s. Many of you are astounded with Hellcats and TRXs released today by Fiat Chrysler, also known as Stellantis, but you will also be more amazed at the 5 forgotten SRT vehicles made and forgotten for some reason. We're going to start this list at number 5 with the Neon SRT4. Today we are used to SRTs having supercharged V8s, but years ago tuner cars were the hot stuff, and Dodge wanted to take some of that market away from the JDM sports cars, thus the Neon SRT4 was born. The Neon SRT4 had a revised front fascia, improved handling, and a 2.4 turbo engine making 230 horsepower, which doesn't seem like a lot for today's standards, but back then the SRT Neon gave Mustang GTs from the time a run for their money. At number 4 we have the Dodge Caliber SRT4. I am very disappointed in many of you people forgetting this car. This is probably the only technical hot hatch Mopar has ever made, and no one remembers his 2.4 liter turbocharged engine making 285 horsepower. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it also came out in all-wheel drive. But it was immediately axed after 2 years because nobody gave it the love and respect that many modern hot hatches do today. Number 3, we have the Chrysler Crossfire SRT6. Grab a German car brand in Mercedes and mix it up with an American car brand, and you get a coupe that has an American badge with essence and handles of a Mercedes. That's what the Chrysler Crossfire was, a vehicle developed by Chrysler and Mercedes-Benz, released for 2 model years. The Crossfire had a 3.2 liter V6 making 330 horsepower. At number 2, we have the Magnum SRT8. I shocked you guys already with letting you know that Chrysler made a hot hatch in a German sports car. Now I'm going to shock you a little more when I tell you that they also made a fast station wagon. That's right, a station wagon with a 6.1 liter Hemi V8 making 425 horsepower. These cars were heavily slapped on for the time they released because the Mustang of the time barely pushed up 300 horsepower, yet somehow this car flew under the radar. At number 1, we have the Ram SRT10. The TRX is not the first SRT trim truck, this was. This truck borrowed the style and engine of the Viper with the 8.3 liter V10 engine making 510 horsepower.